Story time. So last week it was NFL. This week is about to be about the NBA, but not about the NBA. Okay. So let me tell you why I'm telling this story. Okay. I'm gonna give you a little bit. Okay, a little bit, because like I said, when a bitch want my attention, I'm gonna give it to you in the most disrespectful way, and that means that I'm gonna talk around who you are, because you're irrelevant, very irrelevant, and old, and washed up, and irrelevant. Anyways, so back when I used to pop it, y'all know I used to pop it at a known Atlanta strip club. And by the way, every story time that I say allegedly happened, okay? These are all alleged scenarios that may or may have not happened in my time in Atlanta in nightlife, okay? Allegedly. Don't look at my nails. The nail tech's coming. Y'all know she gonna pull up to the house and my nails while I'm laying in this bed asleep. It just wasn't today because I had a lot going on. But anyways, part one of the NBA story time. So, long story short, I'm chilling at home in my bed, minding my business. And I get a text message from a very known NBA star, okay? Now, I only know this NBA star. I had met him through a friend, okay? We've never touched, nothing, okay? We don't even text, okay? It's nothing like that, okay? But just like the rest of them, they know that if they say AG, put a party together, AG, get some girls together, I'm gonna pull up. You get what I'm saying? So, oh, hold on, moisturizer. So, anyways, I end up getting a text, hey, yo, coming in town. It's my friend's birthday. We want to get some girls together. We're gonna have a house party, and then through the weekend, we're gonna do different things. Okay, anyways. Y'all, when I say I'm doing this makeup, taking it right back off, I do not care. So anyways, I get a text message, you know, hey, we're coming in town. It's, you know, such and such birthday. We want to get some girls together, okay? So me, I'm like, I got you, period, okay? So I end up getting some girls together, hitting up some girls who also were at this known Atlanta strip club the time that I was there. I hit them up, hey, y'all, and I don't ever say who it is. That's one thing. If you gonna pull up and you gonna pull up with me, you pulling up, okay? I don't gotta tell you who it is. I'm only gonna tell who it is to like my real people, because I don't want nobody, you know, setting up or doing anything crazy like that, because, you know, these people is big people. So anyways, I hit up, like, you know, they were like, get some girls. I was like, how many? They was like 8 or 9. I said, okay, period. 8 or 9 girls. I hit up 8 or 9 girls that, not saying that I'm like really, really cool with, but let's just say that these are 8 or 9 girls that I could tolerate being around, okay? So that's exactly what I did. So I hit up these girls. I let them know, hey, yo, we outside the bag in town, okay? That's what, we outside the bag in town. You either coming or you're not. Okay, so I start a group message. I put all the girls in it. I tell them, hey, we're gonna meet at my Airbnb. When I lived in Atlanta, I had Airbnbs every motherfucker where, but I had told them to meet me at my one that was in like downtown, midtown, right? So I tell them, hey, we're gonna meet up here, and then from there we're gonna go to the party, whatever. Don't ask me too many questions, okay? Because at the end of the day, if a girl really knows me and you know how I get down, you know that I ain't gonna have you in no crazy shit. We about to go have a good time. You're gonna meet some rich niggas and it's gonna be a vibe, okay? So anyways, I hit up these girls or whatever, and they're all like, yeah, period, okay? Period. One thing about it, okay, if I make a phone call to have some girls pull up anywhere, they know there's a bag. There's a bag. Period, point blank, there's a bag, okay? Now, if you're dumb enough to ask me who, when, why, or where, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because it's like, for me, okay, I know that I'm a girl's girl and I would never put nobody in no crazy situations, right? So that's how I move, okay? So if I ever ask you, hey, you want to pull up? You want to hang out? Don't ask me no questions, because then I'm going to feel offended. Like, why do you feel like you have to question me? But anyways, so we all end up, you know, meeting at one of my Airbnbs, all 8 of the girls. It was 8, okay? We all meet there, and that's when I tell them, hey, we're going to meet up with such and such. They have a house outside the city, okay? We're going to go there, and at that point, I don't know if they wanted to get some ones, if they want to have a party, we're going to see, but we're just pulling up. Tonight's a chill night, okay? It's the beginning of the weekend, all right? So at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, when any athlete comes in town, they go to one of 3 clubs. So it was kind of one of those, hey, they might end up coming to the club, so you need to make sure that you make some type of memory for this person. You need to make sure this person remembers you, because when they come in that club and it's time to hand out the wristbands, I'm not helping nobody. Get your own wristband, okay? Because don't rely on me, all right? Don't rely on me. So at this point, everything's good, all right? I drove my car and two other girls were driving, okay? In my car, I had 4 girls. This other girl drove, it was her and her friend and this other girl, and they were in a car together, okay? So we drive out to the house party. We get there, y'all. First of all, these niggas know how to drink, okay? When I say drink, I mean mixing Hennessy and motherfucking, they mixing light and dark. They lit, okay? So when we first get to the party, shit's cool or whatever. We chilling, we drinking, music's playing, and you know, everything's being cool. Now, this is something that really upset me, but also, like, bitches do too much sometimes. So, while we're there, this girl walks in, okay? This is a girl that none of us really know. So as this girl walks in, because we're downstairs in the basement of this Airbnb, right? As this girl walks in, she walks up to said athlete on 10. Like, nigga, whatever, whatever. So one of the girls I was with, which is the same girl that Grandpa texted while we were sitting in the club because he thought that I was with, listen, it all ties, baby. Just listen, okay? So remember the night I told y'all that Grandpa had texted my homegirl in the club while she was sitting next to me because he thought that I was out with an athlete? That's the story time, okay? So, mind you, me and said athlete have never, okay? Never, ever touched, sucked, fucked, laid next to each other. Nothing, okay? It was simply, I'm good people, he good people, and that nigga gonna spend a bag. So, duh. You get what I'm saying? And so, anyways, this girl walks in, and when this girl walks in, she walks in on 10, and she, like, checking said athlete. So as she checking said athlete, one of the girls that I brought with me, which is the same girl that got the text in the club, okay, follow along. We're going to give her a nickname. What should we name her? Tina. We're going to name her Tina, okay? So Tina sees the girl getting loud with said athlete. And in my opinion, like, Tina definitely was doing too much, in my opinion. It was definitely giving me kind of like, it was giving pick-me vibes, but also I understand because we're in a room, okay, keeping the entertainment and focus of all these, you know, said athlete and all his friends. We in there lit, drinking, having fun. And then this girl walked in and changed the whole vibe, okay? So when this girl comes downstairs and Tina, you know, sees everything going on, Tina goes over and asks the girl, like, is you cool? Is you cool? Ho, is you cool? Like, type shit, right? So me, I'm just watching all this happen because it's not really my business. And you never know what these athletes have going on with these girls. That could have been a girl that he was dealing with. She found out he was having a party, didn't invite her. You don't know, you know? So I'm staying out of it. So Tina walks up to said girl, asks her if she cool. The girl says something smart to Tina, and okay? And when I say knocked her out, I don't mean like no, we heard it. It sounded like that. One hitter quitter, okay? The girl fell out. The girl's out, okay? Said athlete's friend come pick up the girl and take her upstairs, okay? Meet me at part 2. Story time, part 2, and this is the NFL private party, okay? So from here, like I said, Tina done knocked old girl out. Said athlete's friend are taking the girl upstairs because the girl really got knocked out. Like, knocked, okay? Bleeding, knocked out, laid out on the floor. Everybody looking like, you just got knocked the fuck out type shit, right? So said athlete's friends take her upstairs or whatever, and I pulled Tina aside like, Tina, she was like, girl, at the end of the day, we was having a vibe. She want to come down here on all that. I asked her if she was cool. I was like, yeah, but we don't know what they have going on, you know? So to me, I did feel like Tina was doing too much, but also Tina is the type of person, like, she was trying to show this said athlete, like, I got your back. I got your back. You know what I'm saying? But it was also way too much because you don't know what he had going on with that girl. So from here, whatever, like I said, they took the girl upstairs, said athlete, take a shot. Everybody taking shots now, okay? We really forgot about the girl and everything. So we taking shots, we chilling until somebody from said athlete's team comes downstairs and says, who is this girl and what just happened, okay? Party's over. Party's over because it's like with this girl, we don't know what her intentions were, but she got hurt. She got knocked out. So it's like, I don't know if she was outside or upstairs threatening with the police. We don't know what was happening because we was all still downstairs. The only people that went upstairs were the people who carried her up there. The next thing you know, somebody from his team came downstairs and was like, yeah, like, this is over with, you know? And we was at an Airbnb that was being rented out by this said athlete, okay? So, mind you, whole block filled up with sprinters and cars, okay? It was a house party. It was genuinely a house party. So, from here, whatever, we're all about to leave. Mind you, Tina rode with me. We get to the front, and Tina is in front of said athlete's face. Said athlete now has been arguing with his team, arguing with people that he's close with about this situation and how it just went down. So she's like, it's okay. Like, you know, she's trying to comfort him, but I'm like, babe, this is not the time to comfort. Like, this man is arguing with his friends and family and his team right now. Like, it's time for us to go. They said the party's over. She tells me, it's okay, you could go. I'm like, now you're doing too much. But guess what? You don't got to tell me twice. I left. You want to stay? Stay. But said athlete's friend was like, get your home girl. Like, she keep on being in his face. She need to go, you know? But I'm like, look, did you just see that one-hitter quitter she just did on that girl? I'm not telling her she got to go with me. She can stay wherever the fuck she wants. So I end up leaving, okay? I leave. I go home. My night is over. Okay, cool. So next day, said athlete hits me up or whatever. They're saying how they're going to do a club hosting and to pull up if I can with the same girls except for a couple, okay? They had like said, don't bring these 3, okay? So they said Tina could come. So I'm like, okay, I hit up Tina, we going to the club tonight. They got a hosting or something they doing at this club. We supposed to be doing karaoke. It's going to be a good night. Now, I know that you guys are going to end up finding out who this person is because there was a picture posted of me and said athlete in the club. Singing karaoke, innocent, okay? Innocent, having fun. But anyways, so I'm sitting here in the club next to Tina, and we just, you know, drinking, having a good time. These are young niggas, okay? And when I say young niggas, real young niggas, but they're a good time. So they drinking, having fun, passing around like 18 bottles of Casamigos. It's a time, okay? And this is when I liked ghetto shit. I liked me some ghetto shit. So anyways, as I'm sitting next to Tina, she shows me her phone. Grandpa done texted her. So I'm like, and this is where that whole situation happened, you know, where I was like, what? And she was like, I don't know how he got my number. I don't want to be in the middle of what y'all got going on, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, how would he get your number, right? So anyways, I'm real curious. How would he get her number? But also it's him. All it takes is him calling somebody and saying, who's this girl Gorgeous is with? And then literally it's easy to find somebody's number that's literally with me because all the girls know each other. All the niggas know it. You get what I'm saying? So anyways, from there, that's when that situation happened. So now in the club, I'm no longer having a great time. I'm not, because I'm being played with, okay? I'm being played with. So I'm sitting next to Tina, and of course I'm looking. Anytime she pick up her phone, I'm like, but she was like, I'm just going to block him. I don't want to be in this, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, whatever. At the end of the day, like, he got your number some way, somehow. Well, what Tina didn't tell me is Tina didn't tell me that a month before that, she had went to a studio and did a private party with some girls. It was like 5 of them, right? And he loves him a little private party. But at the end of the day, it's like her as somebody who I was cool with, who was around me, you telling me everything but this. So that was when I had found out by a mutual friend that, oh, Gorgeous, remember that party I told you that he had girls come to the studio? She was there and she was all up on him. What? So Tina doesn't know that I know this, okay? So at this point, I blocked Tina, okay? I blocked Tina. Tina has her sister call me, okay? When Tina's sister called me, I ain't never talked to her sister, met her sister a day in my life. They're like Caribbean or Jamaican or something like that. So her sister called me. She was like, my sister want me to call you because what's going on with you guys and your friend? I'm like, who the fuck is this? So she tells me that she's her sister or whatever. I'm like, look, at the end of the day, I was like, you don't even know me. I said, and me and your sister aren't even best friends like that for you to even be calling me like this. But at the end of the day, I know she didn't block him, okay? So I get off the phone with the sister after she's talking to me forever, and I call Tina, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm just being over dramatic, but you know what? I'm not even mad. Send me the screenshots of whatever was said after you left me. And y'all know how that went. She didn't send the screenshots, and what did I do? Clipped her, cut her off, okay? So for me, for the rest of the weekend, I'm moving without you because I don't trust you, and I don't know if you're running back to Grandpa old ass telling him what's going on, right or wrong. Okay, cool. So we have the little club night. That's cool. So we're on Friday, Saturday. Now we're on Sunday. Okay, so On Sunday morning, said athlete and his people, whatever, they're like, gorgeous, we want to do a party, which they had already told me they wanted to do a private party. They just hadn't said where yet. And for me, the best way to get these, like, you know, athletes to just do what you really want them to do is by not saying shit. So me, I never said anything about the party. I never said, oh, are we doing a stripper party? Are we doing a private party? I don't say nothing like that, because you got to let them have their own opinion and want to do this themselves. If you tell them or you keep bugging them about it, you're going to seem too pressed and they're not going to do it. So I didn't say a word, but calls me, AG, we want to do a private party at said Atlanta club tonight, and it is who y'all think it is. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me call the owner. I call the owner. Hey, yo, I got said athlete. He want to have a private party tonight, and the clubs are closed on Sunday. So therefore, that would require this owner saying, okay, I'll let you guys have this private party, okay? So I'm like, you know, he wants to have this private party, and he's like, okay, cool. We'll get more info and let me know what they want to do. So I call them back. Hey, how many girls y'all want? What y'all trying to do? What times? Like, you know, give me the breakdown. They're like, gee, we want the girls that you brought to the crib, except for. Now listen, I do not know what happened with the other 3 girls. I don't know why they didn't want to come, but they cut them out the picture on Friday. Okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get together the rest of the girls. That's it. Like, yeah, we want a total of like 8 or 9, nothing more. I get off the phone. I call the owner back. Hey, yo, they want 8 to 9 girls. I had girls with us all weekend, so they want those 5 that was with us. And then, you know, they want to get 75,000 ones. Okay? Okay, cool. No problem. He like, all right, well, tell... Y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, tell them to give me a call so I can confirm what you're saying. Which, to be honest, it was nothing to confirm because I do this shit. Okay, so I give his team, who pretty much like organizes stuff, the owner's number. I'm like, hey, call him and let them know that this is what you want to do, because I can call them, no problem. But you're saying on a Sunday you want them to open up this club, and I don't know if they're gonna make you pay anything or how it's gonna go. Okay, cool. So said athletes team calls the club, confirms it. Okay, now said club owner's calling me back. So yeah, G, they said they wanted 9 girls and you knew who the girls was. I'm like, yeah, I do. I got it. It's cool. Whatever. He was like, all right. That's it. I'm like, oh, we having a party. It's lit. We doing it. So then I get a call from said club owner's secretary, HR, whatever. Like, yeah, so what's up with the party tonight? Because he just called me and told me that you was bringing 8 or 9 girls. Well, we're going to bring some of our own. That's not what the athlete said he wanted. He said he wanted 8 or 9 girls that I choose, and that's it. And they were like, the said, you know, HR, whatever, was like, no, well, he wants me to add some girls that he deals with, whatever. So I don't know if he fucking the girls. I don't know what it is. But they wanted to add these extra girls, okay? So me, I'm like, well, here's who I had. Because the secretary HR lady, she was like, who were you inviting? So I start going down the list of all the girls, okay? And so when I get to Tina's name, she's like, oh, no, the owner of this club doesn't like her. She can't do this. So I'm like, well, that's going to make me look weird because of what's going on. Y'all get what I'm saying? What just happened? That's going to make me look weird. I have the text messages for all of this, okay? I'm sending her pictures of all the girls, okay? All the girls. I already had to send pictures to said athlete before he even got in town. So I already had these pictures in my phone. So I'm sending them like, yeah, these are the girls. And so when when I send her the picture, she sees Tina and she says, no. Said club owner does not like her. She's not doing this party. Meet me at the next part. Story time part 3. Okay, so at this point, said athlete has 75,000 of all of his ones. Okay, we sitting there. They bring the liquor out. They're bringing the hookahs out. He did bring some outside people with him. Like, he came 3 sprinters full. Okay, 3 sprinters full. One thing I could say about this person, he's a very fun time, him and all his friends. He ain't pressed. He ain't weird. He don't do no weird shit. He a cool ass little young nigga. He cool though. He cool. I've met some weirdos. He ain't one of them. Okay. So he counts the money, whatever. He was like, AG, so thank you for putting this together. And he was like, make sure that when they count this money, you get $5K for helping us put this together. Okay. See how I didn't have to ask? He just told me what to do. I said, okay, cool. Tell the owner that. He goes right downstairs, okay? Before he had a handful of money before he started throwing it. He walked, and mind you, everybody watching him because they waiting, okay? He walks downstairs, tells them, because like says, done. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. He could have just handed me the $5K in my hand, but I wasn't going to say anything, okay? So, I go downstairs after he comes upstairs. He starts throwing money, okay? He throwing money, handing money out. handing money out to all the people he came with him. He just, listen, y'all, handing it out. And there was some bitches who was like sneaking some ones in their bags. And y'all bitches is trifling. But anyway, so from here, I go downstairs. I'm like, yeah, did he just come tell you what he told you? He was like, yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, cool. I go upstairs. Yo, I'm lit. When I tell you it was so much Casamigos, I was Casamigos, okay? I don't know how to do pole tricks, okay? We got one girl that know how to do pole tricks. She upside down, hanging from her knees, about to grab my arms and go, doop, doop. And I'm like, hold on, I don't know how to do this shit. So as soon as she's about to swing me, I say, stop. I couldn't do it, y'all. I was going to try. But I was like, no, you going to break your neck, bitch. Ain't you drunk? So anyways, I'm sitting there chilling, whatever. Then I see my little ex-girlfriend. Y'all know. I see her. She in there with some of her friends. So I walk up to them. I start dancing with them. We have fun, whatever. She throwing money on me. She makes sure we have fun. We're having a blast, okay? But to be honest, said athlete gets on stage. He just throwing the money. They start playing his song. He dancing, okay? He dancing. I can't even tell y'all what I was about to say. But anyways, he dancing, having fun, throwing money. We got karaoke in this bitch. He on the mic singing, just throwing money. It's a ball, y'all. I swear to God. If I go through my Snapchat and get these videos, I don't think I can post them because you got girls who are nude or whatever. But y'all, it was one of the funnest parties I've ever did, like in my time. And that says a lot. But it wasn't work. It didn't feel like work. Literally, there were girls who like out of the 15 girls that it was, there were girls who literally stood there and made money for no reason. No reason. Like, said athlete would pull up on the girls he knew and throw money and stuff like that. But it's like, you didn't have to dance. I danced for my ex, little whatever. I just, shook my little in front of her a little bit. I was on stage swinging. And then to be honest, the rest of the time I was taking shots. Just two-stepping it. There was no work to be done. This was a free money-making night. No house fee, no liquor, no hookah. You didn't have to pay for nothing, okay? Cool. Party's over. Party gets over about 6, 7 a.m., okay? We downstairs. One thing about me, I'm tired. I'm going home and Prince is at home. So, listen. I tell secretary, I'm like, look, I literally put this thing together, did everything. I'm not counting, but I'm going to pay security to start helping them count, okay? Mind y'all, $75,000. All right. Okay, cool. So they're all counting and doing what they need to do. So at this point, I go home for a couple hours, then I come back. When I come back, they have most of the money banded up. Okay. Now I had texted all the girls that I brought on. Okay. And I had told secretary too, because secretary was like, yeah, these girls need to tip me. I said, well, listen, you tell the girls that they got to tip you, whatever you want, and tell them that they need to tip me because he's saying that I need to get $5K off top. So with me getting $5K off top, that means that each girl would pay me $300, okay? But it's like really $333.15, but we're not gonna talk about it. I texted all my homegirls that knew me, which they already knew they was looking out on GP, okay? I didn't have to say that to them. But to the other girls that came in off of said owner and said secretary, yeah, I'm telling everybody need to make sure they give me the I put this party together. I went and got $25,000 of my own money. You get what I'm saying? And I was getting my cut back, my bread back, okay? I got my bread back from the club. But as they ran the ones, okay, one of the 25,000s was $10 short. So it wasn't actually full 25,000. Every 100 was $90. Now this other club, every 100 was $80. So the club owner wanted that money back. So he was like, yeah, this club took $10 off of every 100. This club took $80 off every 100. So he did the math and said, this is how much money y'all owe me off the top of this bag. Okay? Okay, cool, no problem. So said club owner gets his money off the top from the ones and the difference in the ones. Okay, cool. So I come back in, they're counting the money, whatever. All the girls start bringing me $300. Thank you, G. Thank you, G. Thank you, G. And then the girls that said club owner called in, they got an attitude when they giving me my money. Hold on, bitch. I don't know who told you who put this shit together, but I put this shit together. And to be honest, you bitches wouldn't even be here if I wouldn't have made one phone call. Because I could have called any club in the city and had that party there. Bet on it. Any club in that city I could have called. I know every single owner. But I brought it to where I was at the time. Right? Okay, cool. So all my girls give me the bread or whatever. And then those girls, they come give me the money. Everything's cool. Okay, good. So the night ends. I had made like $10,000, a little over $10,000. All the other girls made $4,300 a piece. Every girl ate For free. No house fee, no hookah, no liquor. You don't got to pay for nothing. You barely had to dance. Free 4,000 on a Sunday. On a Sunday. You get what I'm saying? So I'm at home, I'm chilling. I get a call from said owner. Yeah, so my girls are saying that you made them give you $300 a piece. I'm like, yeah, because he told you to make sure I got $5K off the top. $5K divided by this many girls is $300 a piece. He's like, yeah, you can get it from the girls you brought, but the girls, my girls, they don't got to pay you nothing. And I'm like, well, I'm not giving it back, so what do you want me to say? So he's like, well, listen, my girls are calling me, and these are my people. These are my girls. Listen, it was some New York bitches that just came in town. I think one of them was with him. You get what I'm saying? So I said, okay, what? Do you want me to send back the $1,200? Do you want me to send back the $1,200? Because that's what it ended up being when I realized the girls he was talking about. Because he had told me the girls, y'all, listen, I know everything. But the thing is this, what those girls didn't know is they shot themselves in the foot, because you will never work with me again. And I made it that way for all three of them. It was like 3 or 4 of them. I made it that way. Any party I had after that, nope. Oh, hey, nope. Right? So what do? I Zelle him. Do you want me to pull up the receipts? I Zelle him the money. I sent it to him. I said, don't worry. In my head, it was gorgeous. When you have situations like this, call your home club. Call another location, because they is tripping. Because what do you mean? Like you said, he came down and told you, make sure Gorgeous, who put this whole thing together, gets 5,000 period. Okay? So I send the money back. I chalk it up. I let it go. I don't say nothing else about it. I just keep a mental note in my head that these 4 bitches, y'all are weirdos, and one of y'all got something going on with somebody, because are y'all complaining about $300? Not even the $333.15, but $300 after y'all wouldn't have even known about this party if one of y'all didn't have a connection with said owner and said secretary. You get what I'm saying? So I make a middle note of it, but I let it go. I don't say anything. Now, where this comes into play is today. I was going back and forth because I said something that somebody was weak about something. They said, oh, your lawsuit's weak. I said, it's stuck. I said, but anyways, what you're doing is, what I said she was doing is the way that you're painting dancers is in a bad light, setting us back. So she says something about me and says, you got fired from da-da-da for stealing da-da-da. I said, baby, I ain't never had to steal. Never, ever. So then I started thinking, when was any time that I would have had 10,000 from this club? And it brought this story time to my head. So you know what I told her? I said, babe, whoever told you that is wrong, but I'm going to make sure that I get you subpoenaed to court so we find out where you learned that from, because you just posted that on social media, and this is a public platform, and you just defamed my character off of a lie, because it was never, not one time I ever stole anybody or had to steal anything from anybody. Always had a bag. You get what I'm saying? I ain't never had to steal. I could ask for it before I ever had to take anything. So when she said this comment, I was like, wait, what? It's taking me aback. So yeah, thank her. She reminded me of this party and this story time. And at the end of the day, what I'm going to say is that if I went up took $25,000 of my own money out my motherfucking closet in Atlanta and called my people and got another $25,000, you bitches would have been dancing 14, 15 for the $25,000 that was in that club. Let's do some math. Which makes it that you bitches would have made $1,600 a piece instead of $4,300. Thank me. Thank me, you weird bitches. Anyways, that's the story time. Bye, y'all.